You're pretty when I'm drunk.
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 And I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Hey guys, Sunday. Today we're looking at Noonan Black IPA. Something New York Half-Ass Prepper sent me. Yesterday, I have to apologize. I only had like usual, the one bottle of Dragon Slayer, and pretty much anything that can go wrong did. Battery on the camera dying, the boiler turning on, a politician at the door lighting up the dog. So it was kind of had to hack it together. But this Clown Shoes Dragon Slayer, you have no idea how badly I want to open this up and drink this while I'm watching hopefully my Vikings take it to Green Bay, because there's no victory sweeter than kicking Green Bay's ass. But I know there was like 8 or 10 of these bottles over at the liquor store yesterday, and I wanted to pick up one for me and one for Paul at BandEBrewReviews, and I ran back over there first thing this morning, and this is it. This was the last bottle, and I want Paul to have this, so bastard. And I also picked you up, Paul, a bottle of the Mikkeller Breakfast. I've actually done a review on this. They've changed the label since I did it. This stuff's awesome. This stuff is very, very good. Of course, my review is more like a goof-off, more than normal review of it. So those are going in Paul's beer trade pile. And I did have a chat with the kid behind the counter over there, and he said that the new manager is a huge Craft fan, and that's why they're seeing a big increase. And I said, I'm going to personally call and talk to him, but I said, you got to let him know that stuff like this from Clown Shoes, please get some more of this. This was the best Imperial Stout I have ever had. And I just a little while ago this morning caught a review from Greg's Brew Reviews, and he just reviewed something called Very Angry Beast, which actually has 50% of this and 50% of something else in it, and he gave it a 10 and said that it was one of the best Imperial Stouts he had ever had. So Clown Shoes is the shit. It's kind of a funny name for brewery, but I really hope, and like I said, I'm going to call and personally speak to the manager over at the liquor store and just say, you know, there was a shelf of these yesterday, all wiped out. The Mikkeller, the only thing left. There was like 7 different beers from Mikkeller yesterday. There must have been 12 of those 1,000 IBUs, and all gone. The only thing left was 2 of these. I got myself one, and something. I don't remember what it was called now. It was aged in white wine casks, and it was $15 for one small bottle, and I passed on that. Hey, let's look at Noonan. I don't know anything about it other than his beer, so for the most part, it's got some kind of an animal on there. That's a seal. Hey, did I mention that Dragon Slayer is awesome? Man. Okay, here we go. And another successful pour. Not a drop was wasted. What is that, troll douche nozzle? No. That's right. Get it all in the glass. That's a perfect pour. Yeah, this shit just doesn't get old, does it? Well, black it is. There's yeah, there's no light making it through this. Decent amount of carbonation, lofty. Got some good lacing in there. It almost has some earthy, roasted smells to it. Maybe some of the darker fruits. A little citrus, to it there too. Which, kind of hoping there'd be some in there, being that it's IPA. Okay, cheers, guys. Yeah, it's not bad. Not as refined as some of them, but it has a... Oh yeah, that's nice. It kind of changes a little in there. You initially get kind of a nice little citrus hit, and then you'll notice the earthy roasted malts in there. Subtle dark chocolate, maybe a little caramel, and the finish is a fairly bitter, dry coffee. While you're actually just drinking it, you're getting mostly a dry, dry, earthy citrus. And then as soon as it all flows across your taste buds, that's when you start picking up the rest of it. But if you were just to slam it, you wouldn't get any of those good malty chocolate coffee flavors until you're sitting here like me right now waiting, and what stays behind is a pretty dry coffee. Alcohol. This is another one with the hoppiness. Kind of like throws you, probably gonna throw me off a little bit. I want to say it's around 6, but it might be a little higher. It might be a little higher than that. I don't think it's too bad, unless they're really doing an incredible job of hiding the alcohol, like the Dragon Slayer, or the did I say dragon this whole time? Vampire Slayer. Now I don't even know. Vampire Slayer, the Vampire Slayer. Thinking of the last thing that I was looking at, which is the dragon's milk, and my brain filled in the gaps. Vampire Slayer. Okay. If I wouldn't have had the Vampire Slayer yesterday, I probably would like this a lot more. But any of you guys that get the opportunity or have had the opportunity to try that, of course, you know this is an IPA and not a stout, so they are completely different beasts, no pun intended. This one definitely gets the added punch of the citrus and hops to it. I probably could drink this all night if I had them. It's definitely got some good flavors to it. On the E scale, I would give Noonan Black IPA probably a solid 6. I'd try her again if it's you know, the same old crap I always say. If it's sitting next to something that I really liked and they're the exact same price, then I don't ever get this again. But if it's reasonably priced, it's not bad. And what are we gonna look at next? Tomorrow, Monday, one of my least favorite days. I have to remember to sort things a little better. I dropped the temperature on this fridge down and got that one up and running this morning. That one's set much colder than this one, so this one was kind of like the on deck, and where the really good stuff, I guess, is going to be going. Lazy Magnolia, Mississippi's brewery, Southern Pecan, original pecan nut brown ale. So, this was one of the ones that I told you he sent me to, and I actually already jumped in on it, but we'll take a better look at it tomorrow. I do not see an alcohol percentage on this one. Wait. 4.5. This one's 4.5. So we'll look at Southern Pecan from Magnolia Brewing, or Lazy Magnolia Brewing, tomorrow. Ms. Bomey is making brunch, so I think I might pop open my bottle of Mickler Beer Geeks Breakfast and have that. Otherwise, again, guys, cheers. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm personally going to be probably drinking beer. Got to finish working on the garage. Like I said yesterday, got Samantha's car to fit in the garage, which is pretty incredible. If I snapped a picture and showed you workbench on each side, a table saw, chop saws, more tables, and a gold wing in a garage that was basically built for a Ford Model A. But we were able to get the car in there. If the front bumper touched my table saw and you manually lowered the door, disconnected it from the motor, and pushed out and carefully let it go past the back bumper, I don't really like that if I need to do anything in there, because right now there's enough room to shimmy down one side. I'm gonna bring my woodworking stuff in, the table saw, the chop saw, and an end table, and then she should be able to bring the car in another 2 feet, and we can hook up the garage door. So that's the project for today. And I'm not gonna lie, drink beer until the game starts, and then depending on how my Vikings do will depend on how much beer is added to the mix. So there you go, guys. Enjoy your Sunday, and we will see you tomorrow. And thank you, New Year Calf-Ass Prepper.